Hello, everyone, and welcome back to A Song of Tara.
Hello.
Where are we and what are we doing?
You are still in the penthouse suite that is, in fact, more precisely the presidential suite at the Marker Hotel with Michael Blackwell, Aaron's dad. And the dinner has now been going on for a while. Some polite small talk has taken place. He has taken time to talk to every one of you with genuine interest, with some, well, at least with, I should say, with Aaron's friends whom he doesn't know. I mean, obviously he's never met any of you before. So he takes time to get to know each of you, hear what you've been up to. He does eventually, when he's done asking everybody else, he does look to Aaron and inquire as to what he spends his days on these days, and hearing him out as well. So what does Aaron say in that situation?
I guess Aaron, very methodically just walks him through what he's doing. You know, he's practicing combat and general martial prowess with the Aruns. He's looking into Garou law, and he's been trying to get to know the Sept. I think he for now he dances around the issue of Cesar.
Yes.
Not touching on it because this doesn't seem the venue.
Okay.
And then of course he finishes off basically by saying, and of course I've kept up in my studies.
Of course.
And he just I think if someone was to look at Aaron, if someone was to look at his aura, it would just be like some kind of nasty green, full of envy. Because he never gets complimented for what he does, and here is his dad just heaping praise on people he doesn't know. And you did this? That's very interesting. Good job. Nice singing tally. And subconsciously, I think Aaron just seethes with hateful envy at all of you.
Good. Use your aggressive feeling.
But he's definitely at a point where he's at a point where he wouldn't even want praise. He definitely at some subconscious level craves it, but if you asked him, he wouldn't want it because that's not how it's done, right? So he just lays it on his father like he's used to,
yep.
And
matter of factly.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, he pays attention to it, nods a few times, and then eventually he goes on to, he says, well, if you will pardon me for a few moments, he says, after the whole food thing is done, dinner is completed, the dessert has been devoured, then he gets up and says, please excuse me for a moment, I must make a telephone call to a business associate. I will rejoin you momentarily. Please do relax. Make this as comfortable for yourselves as you can.
Of course. Thank you, Father.
And then he gets up, adjusts his jacket, and walks out of the room.
The second he closes the door behind him, Tyron's regular "Hello there, pal" face is back. Well, that went well.
It's not over yet.
Yes, I think he likes you. All of you. I think you made a good impression.
Well, that's nice.
Hmm.
And the food was lovely.
Indeed.
It should be at a place like this, right? Surely.
Yeah, but I'm used to my own cooking. Or Mary's, God forbid.
Mary can't help but chuckle.
Mary cooks.
Mary cooks in a very Irish fashion.
Oh, you poor thing.
No, I've mostly taken over doing the cooking.
Oh, good. I mean, nothing wrong with Irish cooking.
Yes.
It's just not really me.
Yes, there is something wrong with Irish cooking.
Isn't your cooking as well?
Sorry, what did you say, Fenna?
You are Irish as well, so wouldn't your cooking be Irish too, or have you learned better?
I guess I have a more modern approach to cooking. And the internet.
Imagining
Place. Yes.
imagining the Morrigan in an apron, and
Oh, sound.
I'm not sure my mind can process.
And it'd have to be a comedy apron as well, like Kill the Cook or something like that.
Yeah, big flowery one, and then went with oven mitts shaped like cat's paws.
Yes, Joan, I said something, and now I totally understand Michael. I want to kill my PC so bad right now.
Aww.
What?
Hey AJ, what
Sam
did you say?
keeps fucking up.
Oh, PC as in computer, not player character.
Oh.
Okay. Oh.
I understood it.
Okay, that's good.
I didn't. I was
Taliesin-
confused.
Okay, sorry. I think Taliesin at this point will finally sort of properly speak up and just say, yes, everything about this evening has been very much perfect. It's been carefully prepared down to the finest details.
Yeah.
Taryn keeps a comment to herself, but she's thinking, it's too perfect.
That's my father
So-
in a nutshell.
Aaron, did you tell him everything about us, or?
There's a moment where Aaron feels like a giant snitch.
Not everything. Not everything. Not all of these things that he's aware of, such as how to cook the food and so on. That doesn't come from you.
There's a moment where Aaron feels like a giant snitch. And then realizing that he didn't tell all of this to his father, realizing that his father had made inquiries about them outside of Aaron, he pauses for only the briefest moment, then he nods and says, yeah, I did.
Good, because otherwise...
Sorry, come again? Your audio cracked out.
I said good, because otherwise this would have been creepy as fuck.
I think it might be time to restart the call.
Maybe.
So
yeah.
so do I. Let's try again.
Let's try that.
Okay.
Everyone hang up, I'll call you.
Yep.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, just adding everyone. Hello, everyone.
I just realized that silly rolly sound I just made probably made it into the recording.
It certainly did.
I didn't really consider that the recording was still going.
Yep, very much is.
All right.
Say?
Hi, AJ.
Okay. Anyway, guys.
Yep.
I know it's the third time, but yeah, what did she say?
So just to summarize, Aaron said that yes, she did tell him all of these things about us.
Yep.
Good, because otherwise this would have been creepy as fuck.
Well, yeah, I guess I could definitely see why you would think that. But I
Yeah.
mean, even if I hadn't, my father prefers to be thorough, and we're not in a regular situation, you know. We're kind of working outside the boundaries we're used to with all this Garou nonsense. So, I mean, certain things, of course, have to change. But yes, I did tell him everything.
Finna just not accepting.
Taryn gives him a quick glance.
Yep.
Like, I'm not entirely sure you did, because you've never seen me eat my vegetables, so how the hell would you know how I want them cooked-ish?
Aaron doesn't reply or respond.
She doesn't say anything, it's just the look like, yeah, right.
So, Fenna, how did you smell?
How did he smell? Cologne? Expensive cologne.
Oh, yes. It's very expensive. Very expensive, but he's...
Joan?
We can't hear you.
Don't come through.
Yeah, did you mute?
Can you hear me now?
You might want to add Chris again.
Oh,
yeah.
Apparently.
Oh my.
How dare you, Daniel? Boo you.
You suck!
Hi, Chris.
Hello.
Hello, there we go. We have everyone back.
Yep.
Yeah, what was the question again, just to be sure?
How my dad smells.
Yes. He smells of a very expensive cologne. And then on top of that, he gives off a scent of someone who is extremely confident. He feels that there's no question he is a man who doesn't fear anything. There isn't a whiff of it anywhere in his scent.
The scent of a man who knows with absolute certainty that no matter what happens, he is in control of the situation.
Indeed.
Delightful.
How did he smell?
I think Aaron
Alpha as
withdraws from
fuck.
the table.
She actually says that?
Yeah.
How can someone smell alpha as fuck?
He is. My dad rules his sept.
Yeah, but how the hell can you smell that on someone?
Interchange that dad with father. He doesn't refer to his dad as dad, but as father.
Well, in the same way that any figure of speech means pretty much exactly what it means, Aaron.
Alright.
And expensive.
So, it smells like an expensive alpha.
Yeah.
She sends her a glance.
An Alfa Romeo, maybe.
Yes, I think at this point Taliesin's going to reach into his jacket pocket and actually retrieve his cigarette. He's not going to light it because he doesn't know the rules, but he's going to have it between his fingers and contemplate it in that way of someone longing for a puff.
Yes.
I think Aaron was moving towards the balcony, and as he notices Taliesin pull out a cigarette and look at it wonderingly, he kind of like makes a gesture as if he was going over there to open the door for him. You know, just he slides the door open and gestures to the balcony as if, you want to smoke? Just, you know.
Taliesin acknowledges him with a courteous nod, gets up, goes over, and goes outside, and lights up. Okay. Is Aaron staying with him, or is he going back inside?
He goes out, grabs a mouthful of fresh air, and then, you know, just seems to have a moment where he just looks at Dublin and how pretty it is. That's totally not what's going on, but that's what he looks to be doing. And then he goes back inside. Before
he does, Taliesin says, "You don't exactly expect subtlety from me, do you, Aaron? Just not as an accusation. I'm just asking this as a question."
Expect subtlety?
Yes. If I'm to say something, do you expect me to be subtle about it?
No, you tend to be about as subtle as a train going off the tracks.
Good. Then this won't come as a surprise to you. I couldn't help but notice that your darling, perfect father, whom you love dearly, didn't seem to have much by way of words of encouragement for your actions here in Ireland.
Aaron turns to face you. He's been holding on to the railings. He turns to face you. The hand you can't see now that he's turned is grasping onto the railing tightly. The other hand seems to just be relaxedly placed at his hip. And he shrugs your comments off and smiles at you and says, "Well, you know, we keep in touch." I mean, I'm basically not telling him something he hasn't already heard. He's just asking to be polite.
Oh, of course. I wouldn't want to presume. Taliesin smiles back warmly and says, "I'm sorry, I'm keeping you. You can head back in if you wish."
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll see you in there. Aaron goes back inside.
Mm-hmm. Taliesin's like, yep, fucking called it.
It takes about...
Can't hear you.
Takes about 10 minutes, and then Michael comes back out from the other room. He is carrying a box, a wooden box, which he flicks open as he approaches, and takes out a long, thin cigar. Holds out the box for everyone else. There are both cigarettes with and without filter. There are cigars, cigarillos. There are a little bit of everything in there, in case somebody wants to smoke.
Ironically.
Politely declines.
Same.
Taliesin happily reaches...
Space is back on. Oh,
What
sorry.
did you say, Chris?
No, sorry, we're all trying to get a word in. Yeah, Taliesin, obviously, despite having just finished one, will quite happily help himself to another cigarette. I assume that, because obviously, it's a cigarette because, well, he's never had to smoke a cigar or a cigarillo, so he doesn't know exactly how it's done. But I assume even the cigarettes are going to be of pretty good quality for cigarettes.
Very much so. Does he, in any way, would Taliesin go for the cigar and then change his mind, or does he just go directly for the cigarette?
He looks over it all and then goes for the cigarette because...
All right. Yep, sure.
This is Taliesin. He doesn't easily do upper class like cigars and cigarillos.
No. Well, he, Michael puts down the box, takes out a cutter, a cigar cutter, snips off the end, and carefully lights up using a match rather than a lighter of any kind. And he makes sure to stand in a way that where the smoke doesn't drift towards any of you.
How nice.
And he smiles, and by this time, probably about 2.5 hours have passed by. And he says, well, it has certainly been a pleasure so far, he says. I'm pleased, I suppose would be the correct term. In some ways, I am pleasantly surprised at the company my son keeps. You are all both skilled and worthy companions for any guru. There is no question of that. And I do believe that the local totem that Raven has spoken true. I do believe that there are great things in your futures. Absolutely so. And I do hope that I have at least provided a pleasant evening. That being said, he says, and then turns to look directly at Aaron.
Aaron looks back.
You, my son,
straightens.
Disappoint me.
Oh, fuck.
You.
Aaron goes stiff.
You have sat here for 2.5 hours, sniveling, self-eradicating, trying to be the good, obedient, pleasing son. You have been away from home for 15 months, and this is the best you can come up with in over a year on your own. You have around you 5 skilled, very dedicated young people, each in their own way. People who are strong warriors, have useful skills, are of strong opinions, people you can count on and depend on and rely on. And you sit here smiling ingratiatingly to someone like Taryn who doesn't need your fucking approval, boy. Because she can easily make do on her own. Yet you try to make sure that she pleases me. Because you do not have the balls or the spine to have an opinion of your own. And you have the audacity to call yourself a Blackwell.
I think at this moment,
ashamed of you.
Taryn stands up. For the first time, she's shaking. But it's very obvious that it isn't because she's scared. She slowly walks up.
Aaron's reaction.
To begin with, Aaron definitely looks like he's learned to assume the position. Right?
Yeah.
That's his life. So
she slowly walks towards him, not going into his personal space because that's plain rude.
Mm-hmm.
Is he sitting or is he standing up?
Oh, he's standing up.
Then she looks directly into his eyes. And slowly, very calmly, surprisingly calmly, despite her anger, he never asks me to do a goddamn thing.
No. He doesn't. I do appreciate the fact that you are defending him, young woman. I definitely do. However, he sat there next to me. And while you and I were talking, he was trying to make sure that what you were saying and what you were doing wasn't offensive or an affront to me. This boy, since the day he was born, has done nothing except try to snivel and grovel at my feet. There is very little Shadow Lord in him. There is very little Blackwell in him. And I am getting to the point where I may have to have an interesting conversation with his mother.
Excuse me, Mr. Blackwell?
Yes.
I don't mean to butt in your family relations, but perhaps this would be better suited for a private conversation.
Oh, I have said what needs to be said, although I appreciate your delicacy in the matter, but I do believe this needed to be said in a place and in a manner where the rest of his pack can hear it. The only thing I have left to say on this issue, and then I shall bid you all a very pleasant evening from here on in, is you have been here for 15 months, Aaron. And you have not taken over this group. You are not the clear and unequivocal leader of this group at this time. You are a failure.
I need to make a decision here because I feel like this is a point where Aaron would either remain in that position, remain subservient, and just keep on being beaten down, and then aim to gain his father's favor again afterwards, or he would snap.
That's up to you.
So,
well, you can rest assured that he has been nothing like this until your name was brought up.
Oh, fuck.
It's okay, everyone. Aaron says. He pushes out the chair, then stands up, and walks around the table as he speaks. It's okay. Thank you. Thank you, Finna. Thank you, Shiva. Thank you, Taryn. Father.
He looks at you.
I have failed you. I am not as you want me to be. I am not the leader of this pack. There has been no election of leader in this pack. I have not made it clear, despite that I am their only option, and you may think that a failure. You may think me a failure for that. But I have not done nothing. I have been busy. I have been very busy in my time since I came over here, cleaning up your mess. And he stares defiantly at his father.
His father, Michael, basically looks at directly at Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
And I just need to check something in a hurry here, because there's... Yes.
We've got the American Western film standoff music going in the background.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, words cannot express how much I just want Aaron to go off on one.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I know it's a new moon, but I want him to go off too.
Well,
Like a freaking bullet.
just give me a second
Considering
here.
how much rage he has.
I am looking for something, yes. He does have a fuck ton of rage, obviously. Anyway, I found what I needed, and I need to do a, roll.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Stinky.
That's
Alright.
not what you want to hear.
No. Okay.
Interesting.
I need all of you
Yeah.
to roll willpower. Difficulty of 8.
That's-
I did.
Don't we all
suppress
just love-
I did suppress that compulsion for a while, so I guess I should remove one temporary willpower. So do I roll one less will, or?
Yes, you do.
Well, I suppose it should do that automatically when I click. What's the
Difficulty 8.
difficulty? Yeah, 8.
Interesting.
Okay.
No, it rolled 5. So.
Whoa.
Oh man, and the last one was the success. No successes.
Whoa, Jesus H. fucking Christ! Connell!
Minus 2 successes.
Minus
Gee.
2 successes.
You really love
1119.
That is insane.
Okay.
Well, I have 0.
Alright.
We
And
have 2, despite
I
my
assume
low.
that the 5th roll that it made for me would be the one that I subtract.
Oh, it made 1 too many.
Yeah, I rolled my full willpower, not my temporary.
I'm gonna try and get through this. So there's no mod to the pool, and its difficulty. What did you say it was?
8.
8.
8.
Does my supporter? Give me a second. I'll cancel, you fucker.
Would not apply now.
Oh,
No, no,
character sheet stuff.
Yes, fuck it. Okay, difficulty 8. Let's see what happens.
Very nice.
that's good.
I'm actually surprised that with my 3 dice I got a 6, 8, and a 9.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Them's the dice.
Mr.
Okay.
Rice, this, what he is doing is he is using a gift.
Wonderful.
Yes.
He's using the gift called Obedience. This is a level 5 Shadow Lord gift.
Oh shit.
Jesus.
I'm going to read out exactly what it does. The Shadow Lord becomes the ultimate alpha, compelling all others to follow her orders, or in this case, his. A Stormcrow teaches this gift. The player spends 1 Gnosis point and rolls Charisma plus Leadership, difficulty of 8. All in the vicinity must roll Willpower, difficulty of 8, and match or exceed the Guru's successes, or they succumb to the effects. If the werewolf wins by 1 success, targets follow any orders that don't directly inconvenience them. 3 successes causes the targets to treat the Lord as their alpha and fight for her. 5 successes, and this is what happens to Connell because he has a double botch, makes the target follow her into the abyss or perform virtually suicidal actions. The gift effect lasts for 1 full day. He rolled 4 successes.
Oh shit!
Yikes.
All right, Pops. lay it on us.
He looks at all of you. He suddenly comes across as unassailable. He is magnificent in his power. And he is not only that, but he is also someone whom at least Connell feels compelled to fight and die for if needs be. What he does is he looks at all of you with a certain amount of respect, except for his son, where there is nothing but abject disdain. And then he says, "Leave. I bid you all a very good night. You will not return here. Not tonight. Not ever."
All right. Finna gets up.
Connell ups and leaves.
Absolutely. Gone.
Yeah. Everybody goes.
Did it send to Aaron, or was it just us?
It was to all of you, but as you are leaving the through the door, he does call out ominously behind all of you. "And Aaron, I do mean ever."
Aaron is gritting his teeth in fear and rejection, and he doesn't respond. His shoulders are right up underneath his ears as he's walking out.
Yes.
And he just quickens his pace. He slows down as his father speaks, and then he quickens his pace once he's done.
Yes.
He's actually just a puppy with the tail clinged to his belly and the ears down and the head down.
Right
and
now,
just
right now he doesn't have much choice.
Once we have gotten outside, Finna goes, "Run, Simba, run, and never come back."
That was her hit from Taryn, who hits her over the neck, on the back of her head, like, "Shut up."
Yeah, Finna knows that. Because she knows she's stupid.
So, the successes we got subtracted from the successes he got?
No, I think we had to roll more than him. They do?
You had to meet his number of successes to be unaffected.
Yeah.
The difference in successes is then what determines how affected you are, 1, 3, or 5. And as I said, the only reason why you had one who was reacting as if there were 5 successes is because Connell had a double bunch.
And we got up to 4 successes, so what would that actually mean for Taryn?
Taryn would still be 2 successes down. So when he gives an order to leave now, that doesn't inconvenience her, so she would follow it.
Yeah. I figured that much, but I didn't get but we got successes and that wasn't enough, so what does that actually do, kind of?
Yeah.
And I got that Connell's -2, like he did on his perfect punch after the first.
Yes! There is something about Connell being a double butch.
Yeah, he just is.
It's just that lucky all the time.
That's his new deed name.
Double butch.
Rolls ones.
No.
Finna didn't have any successes, so that means that she sees him as her alpha right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely, yes.
Well, that's not gonna stop her from making jokes at anyone's expense, including him.
Yeah. It lasts,
But it still earns her dummy hit over.
Oh, yeah.
It lasts for 24 hours, and then it'll wear off. But yes.
Yeah, so once the 24 hours are over, we can piss on his command and return to the place whenever we fancy.
Yes.
Except perhaps for Connell, who is devoted to him for the rest of his life.
Yes. Well, you are you are now outside, and there are some cars waiting to take you guys home.
It's at this point that...
should you wish to.
Yeah. Tennyson tears the tie out from his neck and unbuttons his top shirt. In fact, I think he pulls it so hard the top button actually pops. What the fuck was that?
Would Taryn know about stronger gifts? We did see this thingy, and she has had third thingy.
Yeah.
I'm taking that was a gift. You saw the thing Ross did to Eric, right? On their very first night? That was a very high level one. I take it this was one such.
Yes,
Fenna holds up 3 fingers on one hand and removes and takes one finger down for each word she says. Alpha as fuck.
Yeah.
Fenna's candid attitude is enough to irritate an already somewhat violated feeling Taliesin to the point where I wouldn't put it past him to gain a rage point.
Oh, he does. If you are down rage points, then yes, certainly.
No, he's not down rage, but he's at full at the moment, so... But yeah, he's just... That was not a pleasant end to the evening.
Let's say...
And...
Do you guys actually get in the cars?
The last thing Taryn says before she gets in the car is she looks at Aaron and then looks up toward the presidential thingy.
I'm gonna quickly cut in as you're saying this, because as you gaze around to find Aaron, he's not present.
Oh, he already went home.
He's up the driveway, walking slowly and mechanically. Just looks heavy.
If that's what a Shadow Lord is, I'm kinda happy Aaron isn't. And then she runs after Aaron.
Daniel, what does Aaron's dad look like? Like his face and build and stuff?
He looks weird. You look at him and you look at Aaron, and you get the clear sense that, like, somewhere in a very old and very rich and opulent house in England, there's a portrait of some guy, like, a couple of generations ago, and both Aaron and his father definitely look like this person in that portrait, right? Like, it's obviously, you can just see the line of, like, the genetic line.
Yeah, so Fenna is currently suffering from that inappropriate feeling of, your dad's kinda hot.
I think Shiva follows Taryn after Aaron.
As does Taliesin.
Yes. Okay, so you don't get in the cars.
No.
Does anyone? Connell does.
Connell does. Well,
Connell's already on the way.
Actually, I think, yeah. If Connell doesn't mind, Fenna joins him in the car.
That's cool.
But only for hand stuff.
Not for hand stuff.
Wonderful.
Oh my god.
And
Yeah,
Connell
okay.
is off to tuck in on a wee one.
I think it means tuck in rather than tuck in.
Where did you want to go, the two of you in the car? The driver is clearly instructed to take you home, but since there are two of you...
Well, Connell's currently putting a child to bed, so...
Well, wherever is closer first and then to the other one's place.
Okay, fair enough. Back to the other guys then.
Well,
You're catching up with Aaron, who's walking away looking like somebody just punched him hard with something made of silver.
They might as well have.
Yeah, it's kind of hard in heels, but I manage.
Mm-hmm.
Taran is surprisingly skilled.
In heels.
Aaron!
Doesn't respond.
Come
Who's
on, man,
yelling?
Don't fucking do this
Sally.
to us.
Is Aaron stalking away like I have the world trying to eat me, so I have to get away right now, or is he just walking?
He's walking like slowly and aimlessly.
Alright, then Taran catches up to him
Yeah.
pretty quickly. It just snakes an arm in his and try to stop him down a little.
No, he is walking with one arm, one hand, basically like at his forehead, just as if shadowing for his eyes, like he's holding a hand over his eyes, and he's grinning and crying.
Aw.
Aaron, you're in there.
I am such a fucking failure.
Oh, Jesus, mate.
I'm such. I'm a fucking joke.
Come on, man, I hear his words, not yours.
Yeah.
But he's fucking right.
Is he?
He is so magnanimous. He is so wise. And
Aaron.
he is so good.
Aaron,
And I'm a fucking disgrace.
Aaron, are you listening to what you're saying? Can you hear? They're his words in your head. Get them out, they're poison.
No, they're not. He stops covering for his eyes as he looks at you. And there's like slight reddening around his eyes. He's still like crying, the tears are pouring. And he's still smiling, and it looks like weirdly discombobulated, like his smile doesn't match his eyes.
It's a weird smile. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Taliesin just looks at him closely, sympathetically,
You're wrong.
for a good little while, and then his face, as he says that, Tyson's face hardens and just like, okay, fucking prove it. Come on. Your dad is the most obscene shit I've ever had the misfortune of meeting. He's an absolute monster. I don't want anything to do with him. Come on! Prove me wrong. Tell me again. Tell me how good a person he is. Make me believe you. Come on!
Aaron reaches over to Tally and puts a hand on your shoulder and reaches a bit further around on your back. Steps really close to you and puts his forehead on your forehead.
Mm-hmm.
Just and says really close to you, says, "Fred, mate, it's okay, because you don't know him. It's okay, but don't, just fucking don't talk about him that way, okay? Or I will rip your spine from your body."
Go on then. He presses in. He's fighting back. Like, go on. Show me.
This seems to surprise Aaron. And for a moment, it's like whatever is going on behind his head, which is obviously like what's driving his present mood, that changes because you're giving blowback, right? You're pushing.
Yeah, you're not just taking it.
And Aaron seems confused, and as you push back, he gives way out of sheer confuzzlement.
Come on.
Then he stops. He grabs you around the neck and he throws you a good solid few meters. Just yanks you up by the neck and tosses you down the sidewalk.
Yep, Taliesin goes, tumbles.
And then he stops, like, just looking at you as you walk there. And then he starts walking towards you, and his pace becomes, instead of being aimless, it becomes like very pointedly walking towards you.
Taliesin looks up.
You picking yourself up, or
He's on his knees. He looks up at you, and I imagine he's not going to get the chance to say the full sentence, but he's basically going to have a vicious grin on his face. He's going to say, "Come on, I've seen bigger art. I've seen a better throw from a bird."
I kick you in the collarbone, and just step down on you, like where your neck joins your torso. Just don't talk about him that way. Don't do it.
Why
you
not?
Shut up. You shut your mouth, Tally.
No, Aaron, I think Taliesin's right. From what I've seen, from the way you've reacted to your father, he is a massive failure as a father. He is unkind, and if he considers you worthless, then it's, well, why would you want the approval of Slime?
Aaron, he definitely doesn't. There's a moment of genuine rage where he wants to lash out here, but I think he has a brief flash of almost ripping Shiva's face off about a year ago, and doesn't. Instead, he throws up his hands and says, "Look, you guys you don't understand. You don't get it. Because you haven't experienced him. You've just experienced... You've experienced someone magnificent not being able to cope with his disgusting failure of a would-be offspring, and I deserve every single chastising word he could give me."
Is Taliesin still getting pressure on his collarbone?
I think that has lessened. He's probably still standing on you, but there's no pressure, because he was briefly distracted by Shiva, and now he's just ranting.
Oh, excuses. I have not seen anything to prove you wrong. All these words, just pathetic little excuses. Half-truths you tell yourself to make it all better.
Roll. Tally.
What am I rolling for?
Rage.
Okay.
You're working yourself into a ladder. That's possible.
Rage.
That's a possible frenzy.
Okay, difficulty.
Difficulty 6. It's a new moon. In fact, I think we should also have the same roll from Aaron, because he is being assaulted on his worldview.
Meanwhile, Aaron is finding bandages out from her clutch, because this looks like it's going to get bloody at some point.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, one success.
That's fine. That's you are angry, but you're not You're not freaking out.
What difficulty?
I'm so sad I didn't follow you guys.
It's a new moon. All right. Ooh, wow.
You're close.
That was close.
Yep.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay, I think Aaron may be hyperventilating a bit.
I think what happens, because this is not a frenzy, but I can definitely feel it pushing. I can feel my wolf wanting to... I can feel my wolf wanting to bite Tally by the throat and press.
Yes.
So instead, I just briefly step down hard on your neck again and say, "You're wrong. You don't get it. But that's fine. I will show you. And I will show him." And then he runs off. He starts walking fast and breaks into a run.
Yeah.
And I'm going to... Yeah, sorry? Yeah, go on. Let's finish the scene before I state my purpose.
Yes.
Taliesin won't see it. Obviously, you won't see it because you'll have run off before he can do it, but there is... The viciousness of the smile lessens and it becomes slightly... Not any less manic, but certainly it looks a little bit more satisfied. And he's obviously coughing a fair bit as you get off and run. And if anyone tries to go after him, Taliesin will actually wave at them and say, "No, leave him," basically.
No, Terrence to Tally and giving him a hand.
There's definitely a palpable sense, because I imagine we're exchanging quite a few intense looks as this conversation goes on, right?
Oh yeah.
There is definitely no doubt that you insightful people get the idea. Aaron is running to not kill you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's basically it. So...
Yeah.
I think, even though she knows that, Shiva kicks off her shoes and runs after him.
Yeah.
No, Shiva! Shiva, no! Oh, damn you!
Terence still has a hand extended to him.
He takes it and lets himself get pulled up.
Then she quickly checks if he has gotten his neck thrown off in any way and figures out no, he was just thrown.
Mm-hmm. God bless her. God bless her stubborn heart. Shiva might just undo everything we've done here. Oh, we were getting so close.
It's the music at some point, Tully, but I really like the thing you tried there.
He needed to hear it.
Of course he does. He needs to hear it tonight, and he needs to hear it every time he goes into that self-hating horror.
Mm.
But that's why we're here. Punching bags. For an angry teenager. Let's go home.
Something like that. Well, either way, I've done my bit, and I know I've done the right thing, so... Whatever Shiva does, I pray it doesn't get her hurt or killed. It's out of our...
Too bad you're a werewolf. It's so hot when you try to. And then she keeps walking.
He's like, what?
Yep. I said it.
He feels conflicted, he feels surprised, a bit flattered. And he's like...
I'm very confused.
He pauses while he's alone in the alley there for a bit, or wherever it is, in the street for a bit.
Come on!
Smooths down his jacket, and is like... Oh, fuck this, I need a fucking joint. And walks off after Taran.
Right?
Heine's timing is just the worst. This would have been like a perfect quick shift to him.
Yes,
I really wanted to cut to us.
I was planning on doing that just now.
What? We can wait. It is almost another time for another hourly break.
Yes. Let's do the hourly break now, and then wait for and then we will start up when he's back, and we can we can shift over to you guys because something interesting is about to happen.
Right, let's do